Here's why we're leaving Alaska and what it's going to cost us to drive across the country. First, we wanted to start with a little house update. We've had 9 showings now and no offers, which is kind of a bummer.
Pretty frustrating.
But in this season, we're just trying to trust God with His timing. We know it's not our timing, it's all on His timing, and just continue to remind ourselves of that. It's not up to us. Ultimately, it's up to Him, and He knows what He's doing. We don't. So
as to why we're leaving, well, one of the big factors is cost of living. It's extremely expensive up here. Everything you do is extremely expensive. It doesn't matter what it is. It's fuel, heating your house especially, living quarters, groceries, and it's really difficult to get anything shipped up here. There are just certain specialty items and stuff like that you just can't get unless you have a third-party shipper do it, and then you're redirecting something to a dock in Tacoma, Washington to be shipped up to you, and you'll probably see it in 2 months for additional costs. Or if somebody will ship it to you, oh, your $50 item is going to cost $250 to ship. Another thing is, as far as the things we want to do as far as homesteading and stuff,
it's very difficult. We have a very short growing season here, which makes gardening very difficult. And I think it was not last year, but the year before, we just had so much rain, everything in our garden rotted before we could even harvest it. So there comes a lot of challenges with growing your own food. The harsh winters are harsh on animals too, especially animals that aren't used to it. Moose are up here, but they're built for it. Pigs, chickens, turkeys, stuff like that, not so much. And people do it up here, but it's expensive.
It requires a lot of infrastructure and time and money.
Property is really expensive and really hard to come by. If you find property, usually the house on it is not livable, and building is not in our budget up here.
No.
And then if you do find a livable house on property, it's upwards of over $700,000, which again, not in our budget. And with that comes the weather. Obviously the winters are really harsh here, and we knew that moving up here, but when we moved up here, we didn't have any kids. We just had 3 dogs, and it was a lot easier in that sense because we could handle the cold a little bit better than little kids can. We could get out a little bit more. But with kids, it's just hard. They complain a lot. Well, the older one complains a lot about the snow. She wishes it would melt. She wishes we could go outside. She wishes we could go swimming. Again, people do it up here, but it's just something we're kind of tired of.
You'll never, it's one of those things we've had to come to terms with. You'll never have those warm summer evenings to go out and play, even camp out for little kids or younger kids, because even in the summer it gets pretty cold at night. It dips down into the 40s. That's hard for little kids to enjoy. Some of us are from warmer climates. That was a little bit more of a shock. And there's some things we'd like to be able to do with our kids that it's just not really conducive to that. Granted, she said there's people that do it, and more power to them. That's awesome. But there also comes a certain mentality with that and understanding that.
Leaving wasn't an easy decision to make either. No. It was very difficult. It was something I had to put a lot of my faith in God and a lot of my faith in my husband to make the decision for us.
We prayed a lot.
There were lots of prayers, lots of tear-filled prayers. It's emotional. Living in Alaska was always on my bucket list, and I did it, and it's really hard to leave.
Yeah, it's okay. It's like the little life we have built here it's really nice. We really like it. It's cozy and comfortable. We said it's hard, but we have, in previous videos, we said we have our good little community and friends and stuff that we built up here and our church family. And it's hard to leave, but everything that we prayed and talked to God, talked to each other about, it feels like we're sort of getting the boot out of Alaska. Everything just sort of fell into place and lined up. It's like, well, I guess here's your sign kind of thing. Well, time to go. Here we go.
I guess the biggest reason we're moving would be he got a job in Alabama. It's with the same company, but we're just transferring. So I guess technically that's why we're moving, but he applied for it. So we were applying to get out of Alaska.
After we talked about it. Other than that's, if there's anybody has any questions, that feel free to shoot us whatever we can answer. We'll try to answer whatever we can within reason. After that.
So this is a budget / cost estimate. We're not necessarily budgeting, but these are what the costs are adding up to. In full disclosure, his company will either repay us for a lot of this cost or pay for it up front. So not all of it is coming out of our pocket. A little bit will, but not a lot. So for gas, we are driving a Class C motorhome down there. We talked about it in the previous video. We could not find a car rental to drive us.
They won't do it out of Alaska.
There's no one way because it's hard to get rental cars up here. So we'll be doing the Class C motorhome. Brad has to fly down to Anchorage, which is, I think it's an hour and a half flight.
It's not quite an hour and a half, but it's a quick flight, and then it'll be roughly 7 hours to drive back, give or take.
The flight is going to cost under 200 to 150, 170, somewhere around there. We haven't booked it yet. The motorhome itself, the rental is costing us $2,900. That is for 9 days from Anchorage, and we will drop it off in Atlanta, Georgia. The gas, it gets 8.5 to 9.5 miles per gallon on average. The trip is 4,200 miles. We averaged the gas. So I took each of our stops and the midpoints. I looked up the gas there, and then I averaged all those out. That averaged, rounded up to be about $4 per gallon of gas. So we're estimating for the 4,200 miles, $1,700 to $1,900 in gas. Again, that's a Class C motorhome that we're driving. The campgrounds, not all of them had prices online, so to average those out, I used the higher end of the campgrounds that I found to just add in for those extra 3 I couldn't find. We're looking rounded up about $500 for, I think it's 8.
We'll stop at 8 different RV park campgrounds.
So $500 for 8 stays. Again, that's rounded up from like $450 just to be on the safe side.
Yeah.
Food, that's a little difficult. So our plan with food is to buy some groceries before we leave. We'll probably have to buy some more about halfway through is what I'm planning. Just trying to cheap, easy stuff for on the road, sandwiches, stuff like that. Maybe we'll buy some stuff to grill because we'll be staying at campgrounds. We're gonna do our best not to eat out. We'll obviously stop for like coffee.
Gotta have some
energy drinks.
Yeah. Hopefully we can find that goofy one in Canada again. That was a Beaver Buzz. Yeah. Just ridiculous.
So food at roughly $1,200. That's for the 9-day trip. I don't know. It's a little high. We'll see how it goes.
We're going to try to as minimize as possible, and we're overestimating so we don't kind of shoot ourselves in the foot. So.
Yeah, so this isn't breakdown for now. After the trip, I'll go over the actual cost breakdown of how much everything costed and how much we spent. I was going to end this.
So what, $2,900 for the RV, $1,700 to $1,900 for fuel for the RV, about $500 for the stays, and about $1,200 for food. $6,500 right away. So really try to think.
This move will be crazy. It's going to be chaotic. It's going to be emotional.
Yeah.
But it's going to be a good memory maker for our family.
Yeah. I think I'm for the best, and
we're excited to do it all and share it all. So if you follow along, subscribe, and we'll be sharing the whole journey. We'll be sharing throughout the drive. We'll be showing at the end adjusting to Alabama, and again we'll be showing the cost breakdown of everything after the fact, so we actually know what it cost.
We know this kind of sort of video of just us talking and kind of long talking about stuff, but it's obviously way, and it's a lot of variables in there. But if somebody's do some sort of, at least they know and have a general idea of what what it take, and sort of what we're looking at. But thanks for staying with us. So see you next one.
Yeah.
All right.